What's poppin'? It's your boy Divine CJ. But I know y'all been waiting for this story, you feel me? To be honest with you, I'm just lazy. I can't even give y'all an excuse. I'm just lazy. And I really see nothing really motivate me. I didn't see nothing really motivate me to actually do it, but I have fun with it and I feel like doing it right now. How we gonna start this out? Alright. So I think I'm gonna start off with the full Turles rewrite. This character is never gonna show any signs of the previous Turles characteristics except for some small minor ones, but other than that, he's a completely new character. Completely new. But screw it, let's just get straight into it. The setting, planet Vegeta. Let's say it's before Planet Vegeta is even before Frieza even gets the idea to destroy Planet Vegeta. This is where these points of the story take place. We start off. Turles is in training with his brother Kakarot, his younger brother Kakarot. Turles is constantly trying to catch up to Kakarot. He would attempt to defeat his younger brother in sparring matches numerous times, but one time was especially memorable to Turles. While Bardock was out on a mission, two boys left their home to have one of their sparring matches. They find an open field. They both assume their respective stances. Turles' stance was more defensive, while Kakarot's took a more offensive stance. Offensive stance. When they dash towards each other, clashing midair, the match starts off with Kakarot trying his hardest to get past his brother's defenses, while Turles defending himself. Responded to his brother's aggressive attacks with small counterattacks, which were mostly ineffective, accomplishing nothing but infuriating Kakarot. That's when suddenly Kakarot would grab his wrist, landing a key-infused, gut-wrenching punch, causing him to violently cough up blood. He collapses onto his knees. Goku then kicks him to the ground and places his boot on the back of his neck, till Gine comes in screaming at him to stop. He obliges and Gine tends to Turles' wounds. How could you do this to your own brother? We are a proud warrior race, Gine. We have no need for this sentimentality. The boy challenged Kakarot and paid the price. Gine looks up and realizes that Bardock has returned from his mission. It was supposed to be a sparring match. You always take it too far. Turles wakes up infuriated about what his brother did to him, how his father treats him. He's had enough of it all. He gets out of his healing pod. He then makes his way to his mother's bedside. She understands and respects Turles' feelings. He vents to her. He talks to her, breaking down a couple times, but she ultimately convinces him to sympathize or forgive Kakarot and Bardock. So he ends up sleeping with Gine that night, and he wakes up to Bardock telling him to get ready. He's going to take him to train some more. Turles and Bardock stand in a barren training ground on Planet Vegeta. His young body still weak from yesterday. Across from him, his younger brother smirking, fist clenched behind him. We're gonna make also in this variation of the story, Bardock is slightly cruel, but this is gonna be a way younger version of Bardock, way more battle focused. Kakarot smirks, fist clenched behind him. Bardock stands, his face emotionless, arms crossed. Come on, Turles. You're my son, but your brother's making you look like a runt. Kakarot charges, fists flying. Turles does his best to block the onslaught of ruthless attacks. A fist to the jaw, a kick to the stomach, blow after blow lands until Turles is on the ground, coughing up blood. Father, I'm trying, please. Bardock steps closer to the battle, his voice cold, mocking, and echoing. Trying isn't enough. You're weak, Turles. Bardock looks away, disappointed. Kakarot grabs Turles by the hair, lifting him up, and punches him repeatedly. Blood spraying with every hit. Bardock cheers. That's how a real Saiyan fights. Beating continues until Turles can barely breathe, the vision swimming. Just as Kakarot raises his hand for another blow, a sharp voice cuts through the chaos. Enough! Fuck, that was too many. Enough! Guinea storms into the training ground, her hands swinging hard against Bardock's face, then Kakarot's. They stumble back, shocked. What kind of father are you? And you! How dare you treat your brother like this? Kakarot glares, but doesn't respond. Bardock scoffs. You're coddling him, Guinea. That's why he's so weak. He's not weak, he's a child. You're a son. She kneels by Turles, cradling his broken body. As he loses consciousness, her trembling voice is the last thing he hears. I'm so sorry. Son, you deserve better. Turles is slightly older now, standing in another desolate battlefield across from him. Bardock stands in his father's energy, crackling menacingly. If you want to survive in this universe, you need to stop being so weak, son. Pain is the only teacher that works. Turles nods, sweat dripping from his brow. He's desperate to prove himself, to earn his father's approval. I'm ready. I'll do whatever it takes. Bardock smirks. We'll see. Without warning, Bardock fires a searing blast. It strikes Turles square in the shoulder, punching through his flesh. He screams, collapsing to the ground, clutching his chest as his blood pours out of it. Father! Why? Turles' vision darkens as he hears footsteps approaching. He's screaming again, her frantic voice. What have you done? You're going to kill him. If he dies, he wasn't worth saving. Guinea drags him to another healing chamber, tears straining her face. Turles watches her through a haze, the pain in his chest etched into his body forever in the form of a scar. Now bathed in warm sunlight, the next morning, now bathed in next morning, Guinea takes Turles out. Now bathed in sunlight, Turles is walking through a local market with Guinea, the one place where he ever felt at peace. He smiles at her, holding a small bag of food. See, Turles, not everything has to be about fighting. Suddenly, a commotion draws their attention. Two of Frieza's soldiers are harassing the food merchant, threatening him. You want to keep your life? Then hand over the food. Guinea steps forward, always the peacemaker. Please, there's no need for violence. I'll pay for the food. One of the soldiers sneers and slaps her hard, sending her to the ground. Mother! Despite Turles' fear, he steps between the soldier and his mother, his fists trembling. Leave her alone. He throws a punch, landing it squarely in the soldier's groin. The soldier doubles over, but quickly recovers, his face a mask of rage. You little runt! He knocks Turles aside with a brutal strike, sending him sprawling. He turns back to Guinea, grabbing her by the throat. Turles watches, helpless as the soldier beats her mercilessly. His blows relentless. Stop! Please stop! His voice is weak, drowned out by the soldier's laughter and Guinea's pain cries. As Turles loses consciousness, the image of his mother's broken body burns into his mind. Turles wakes up, rain on his face, his body aching. He stumbles forward, Guinea's body lying motionless in the mud. Mom, please, no, Mom. He kneels beside her, cradling her, bloodied face. I'm sorry, Mom. I failed you. I wasn't strong enough. It's not your fault. This world, it's cruel, unfair, but you're stronger than it. Don't be afraid, son. It's all okay. Everything is going to be okay. Her voice fades and her hand falls limp. Turles screams into the rain, his voice echoing across an empty market. Why? Why is it always me? He's had enough of it all. He blows a hole in the ground, burying his mother. Turles then makes his way towards his home. Bardock and Kakarot ask, "Where's your mother? Where's Guinea at?" He walks past them with a cold, emotionless demeanor, straight to his room. He sits there in the center of his room. He sits there. It's like he's in a void, sinking constantly. That's when he suddenly snaps back to reality. He leaves the home. He then makes his way towards Frieza's ship in the dead of night. The cold, dimly lit interior of Frieza's ship. There are two Frieza soldiers. Soldiers 1 and 2, the same that killed his mom. Chatting idly, laughing. I heard the Doria tore that last planet apart himself. Not much is salvaged thanks to him. With Zarbon and the Doria around, our job just feels too easy. It's almost boring. Suddenly the lights flicker. The soldiers exchange a look. Their faces tense. What's going on? Drawing his blaster, Soldier 2 says, "Probably just a malfunction or so, I hope." Out of the shadows, Turles appears, a smirk on his face as he steps forward. Before soldiers can react, he lunges at them in a quick, ruthless display. Turles eliminates both soldiers by blasting holes through their chests, leaving them lifeless, only killing them because he caught them off guard. But still, swift kill nonetheless, smirking, whispering to himself, "So much for Frieza's elite." Turles moves forward further into the ship, his footsteps echoing just as he rounds a corner. He comes face to face with Zarbon and Dora, who have been alerted by the disturbance. Well, what do we have here? Another Saiyan who doesn't know his place. Doria cackling. "You're gonna regret sneaking in here, monkey." Grinning, Turles, his tone is respectful. If it's Frieza attention you want, you'll get it. Maybe there's something I can offer him. Zarbon and Doria exchange a look, momentarily intrigued, but still wary. "Oh, and what could a low-class Saiyan like you possibly offer Lord Frieza?" "My strength, my loyalty, my life. I came here to pledge my allegiance, not to start a war." Bold words, but that doesn't explain the bodies you left behind. "Consider it a test. I wanted to prove I was worth your time. Besides, those scum don't deserve to tarnish Frieza's name." Zarbon and Doria share a smirk, and Doria grabs Turles by the arm, dragging him down the to Frieza's chamber. The scene transitions to Frieza's throne room. Frieza sits on his floating throne, watching as Zarbon and Doria bring Turles before him, pushing him to his knees. Frieza smiling. "Another Saiyan, I can't decide if your kind is resilient or simply foolish. What brings you into my domain uninvited?" Bowing his head deeply. "Lord Frieza, I come here willingly, seeking only one thing: to serve you. I've seen the strength of your empire and know that alone, nothing compared to your might." Turles knowingly is stroking Frieza's ego. But There is some truth behind what he's saying. He needs power. And Frieza's the most powerful person you know. There's obviously something to gain from being a part of his ranks. Flattery will get you nowhere, unless it's sincere. And you believe yourself worthy of serving me, do you? Looking up determined, yes, Lord Frieza. Grant me the chance and I'll prove my loyalty. Train me, shape me, and I'll follow you without question. Leaning forward. You say you desire power, yet most Saiyans would rather die than bow to another. What makes you so different? I don't seek power for pride, but for purpose. A Saiyan strength means nothing without direction. Under your command, I could be so much more. His lip curls into a smile as he considers Turles' offer. Very well, Saiyan. I will allow you this chance to prove yourself. But know this, if you fail me, I won't hesitate to destroy you along with what's ever left of your pride. Bowing deeply, I understand, Lord Frieza. My loyalty is yours. Frieza gestures to Zarbon doors, signaling him to take Turles to the training quarters. A determined look on his face, knowing that he's about to begin a dangerous new path. Under Frieza's command, Frieza's spaceship, the training area, a large, dimly lit room, the walls adorned with various training equipment. Turles stands in the center of the room, facing Zarbon and Dodoria. They look at him with a mix of skepticism and amusement. Zarbon crossing his arms. So this is the famous Saiyan strength. I thought you'd put up more of a fight, Turles. Grinning, Dodoria. Well, we'll have to go easy on you. Wouldn't want to break you too soon. Clenching his fists. I'm not here to be coddled. Show me your best and I'll show you what I'm capable of. Zarbon and Dodoria exchange a brief look, then suddenly rush towards Turles. In an instant rush, they attack with lightning-fast strikes. Turles attempts to block, but he's clearly outmatched. His movements are slow, unrefined compared to their precision. Punching Turles in the gut. Dodoria says, "Come on, Saiyan, this is pathetic." Delivering a quick kick to Turles' side, Zarbon says, "You really think you could keep up with us?" Turles stumbles back, his breathing heavy. He wipes his blood from the corner of his mouth, frustration building. I can't let them see me fall. I won't be weak. He steadies himself and brushes back with renewed determination, throwing a wild punch at Zarbon. Zarbon easily dodges, but this time Turles anticipates the dodge, follows up with a swift knee to Zarbon's ribs. Zarbon stumbles back slightly, clearly surprised by the sudden increase in Turles' speed. This is impressive, but not enough. Delivering a swift punch to his jaw. Over several years, each time becoming more refined and aggressive. We see moments of him sparring with the Saiyan soldiers of the Frieza Force, getting knocked down but always getting back up. Each failure is met with more resilience, not to mention the Zenkai boost. Turles, drenched in sweat, stands across from a Frieza soldier. The soldier charges wildly. Turles blocks a punch, but gets kicked in the chest. Turles gets sent flying to the ground. He struggles to stand, but grits his teeth and forces himself to get back up. With renewed focus, Turles counters the soldier's next attack, landing a powerful blow that knocks the soldier out. The soldier grunts in pain. Eventually standing, Turles surprised by his growing strength. Zarbon and Dodoria watch as Turles continues to train. This time he's fighting against a group of Saiyan warriors that faster and more coordinated than the previous opponents he faced. But he manages to hold his ground, trading blows with one and swiftly dodging another. He's still outmatched, but now he's adapting quickly. Dodoria, impressed. He's improving faster than I expected. He's learning, but he's still nowhere near our level. A dark training chamber, Turles stands, drenched in sweat, his breathing steady but labored. His body aches, and his muscles burn from the constant training. He clenches his fists, forcing himself to keep going. He's alone in the room, but his mind is struck, focused, gritting his teeth. I'll become strong. I won't be overlooked again. I won't fail again. Suddenly, an energy blast from his hand lights up the chamber. The force knocks back a few training dummies off their stand. There's smirks looking at his hand. In realization, I can feel it, the power. It's growing. Turles' face is off with Zarbon in a one-on-one sparring match. This time, Turles moves faster. His attacks more calculated. Zarbon, though still holding his advantages, will having to work harder, dodge, and counter. Dodoria watches from the sidelines, impressed by Turles' growth. Dodging a punch, his voice a bit strained, Zarbon says, "You've gotten faster, but you're still too predictable." Turles follows with a quick feint right, and lands a clean punch from the left side to Zarbon's jaw, knocking him back several feet. Zarbon stumbles, but quickly recovers, wiping the blood off his lip. They're getting stronger, I can feel it. Turles stands, his posture proud, but still fierce determination in his eyes. I'm not done yet. Turles faces off against Dodoria, who is clearly holding back. The battle is fierce, and Turles is visibly exhausted, but determination is unwavering. Dodoria charges with a war, but Turles leaps into the air, dodging his attack, landing behind him. You're not bad for a Saiyan. You're still no match for me. Dodoria spins around, but Turles lands a powerful energy blast right in his face, sending Dodoria flying. The room falls silent for a moment as Dodoria slowly stands, a mix of frustration and respect in his eyes. Alright, Turles. I think you've earned my respect. Zarbon stands forward, looking at Turles with an immense level of appreciation. You've come a long way. You're almost on my level now. Almost. I'm not done yet. I'm going to surpass you both. A couple years after Planet Vegeta's destruction, we did skip over Planet Vegeta's destruction, but only because something monumental happens during that time, which we will address in a later episode. Frieza assigns Turles his first S-rank mission to eliminate the inhabitants of planet Canon. The Canassans have refused to reveal their secret to obtaining the native ability, the power to read minds and predict the future. Eradicate them, but make sure to keep one alive for interrogation purposes. Are we clear? Affirmative, sire. Would you like Zarbon to accompany you on this conquest? Unfortunately, sire, I believe Zarbon's presence is unnecessary. I have far surpassed him in power, and he would only hold me back. Zarbon, standing nearby, glares at Turles. How dare you! Watch your tongue, Saiyan. I am one of Lord Frieza's elite warriors, and yet you're still nothing compared to me. How cold, Saiyan. I love it. And he's right, Zarbon. You are far less capable than Turles here. I suggest you take your role more seriously, or you might find yourself replaced. Zarbon swallows his pride, bowing slightly. Understood, sire. Turles heads off to his pod. As he's flying through space, Zarbon contacts him. Turles stopped by a merchant on planet Dowser to pick up a shipment of weapons and supplies. Understood. Landing on a desolate planet, Turles is shocked to see a massive tree towering over the landscapes. The surroundings are in ruins. A figure emerged from the shadows, hands Turles the shipment. What's the deal with the tree? And what happened to this planet? That tree absorbed all the planet's energy, destroying most of the inhabitants, and now bears fruit containing all the planet's energy. Turles' eyes narrow with interest. Intriguing. How much do you want for all of the fruit? It's not for sale. This tree is the only thing keeping this planet from collapsing on itself. Turles sneers without warning, drives his hand through the merchant's chest. In that case, I'll just take it. You brute. Rot in hell. Die, old man. Turles rips his hand from the man's chest. He then flies towards the tree and takes the fruit. Turles tears the fruit from the branches, pockets it, and leaves planet Dowser. Well, en route to planet Canassa, he begins to eat the fruit, feeling an intense surge of power course through his body. His grin's intoxicated by the new strength. As he eats, he notices a few seeds. These could come in handy later. Turles lands on planet Canassa and proceeds to mercilessly slaughter the inhabitants, men, women, and children alike. Turles steps into the remnants of a Canassan home, where a mother and her child huddle in a corner, trembling. The child, barely old enough to understand the horror around him, clutches his mother's hand tightly, his eyes wide with fear. Mother raises her hand as if to shield her child, and meets Turles' gaze with defiance. Her voice shakes, but there's something in it. There's strength. Please spare my child. If you have any honor, any shred of decency, leave him out of this. Turles smirks. Unfazed, he steps closer, his boots crunching against the shattered remains of their home. The mother shields her son more desperately, her whole body trembling. Decency? Honor? You must have mistaken me for someone. Who cares? The child, sensing his mother's fear, starts to cry. His voice fills the silence, a sound of innocence and helplessness that echoes through the broken walls. The mother's eyes brim with tears as she pulls her child close to her chest. Please, I beg you. Turles' expression turns cold, and without a hint of mercy, he raises his hand, forming a sphere of energy. The mother gasps, and time seems to freeze. She whispers into her child's ear, her voice breaking. Close your eyes. I love you. Don't be afraid. The energy blast erupts from Turles' hand, illuminating the room. The last thing the mother feels is the warmth of her child in her arms. The last thing she sees is Turles' pitiless gaze. And the last thing she hears is her own heart breaking. The blast ends, leaving nothing but silence, the faint glow of destruction. Turles lowers his hand, a faint smirk on his lips, as he turns to leave the ruins behind. And that is where we'll end off. Whew, that was a lot. Jesus Christ. I feel like the story is going to do great. You feel me? I feel like I've put a good amount of hard work into it. Make sure to get this thumbnail ready for y'all and get this video as fast as possible out. You feel me? Get this video out as fast as possible. Love y'all fuck niggas and peace.